The most dangerous place for a seed is to be in a jar on a shelf, but the safest place and the safest place for our future is to ensure that there are multiple hands caring for that seed.
The idea of rematriation is to bring seeds back to communities that, indigenous communities that do not have them or lost them. The mission of Seed Savers Exchange is to not only preserve the varieties and the diversity, but also to share.
This Six Nations corn is one of many indigenous varieties of corn in the collection here at Seed Savers Exchange. Joel Montour-Necht, who shared this variety with us in 1986, provided some information saying that this variety dates back to the 1770s and was grown by several different communities.
And so when we found these indigenous varieties in the collection with the intent of bringing them and sharing them back with indigenous communities, it just fits our mission perfectly.
The Oneida people here in Wisconsin, we have about 17,000 tribal members. We're originally from what is now New York State, so we're a little bit removed from the rest of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. So we were heavily Christianized before we even came to Wisconsin. We still did grow some of our traditional indigenous foods, but we had been assimilated, so to speak, to quite an extent. The name of our farm is Ungwakwat Jitnuni Ungwayayan Toslu. It means our foods where we plant things. We are reconnecting to our foods. We're making our seeds available for our community, and we're doing that out in the open and very proudly. With Seed Savers Exchange, some of the varieties that I chose are varieties that had the potential to be Haudenosaunee varieties, varieties that our people had traditionally grown. We grow a lot of beans here on our farm, and some of the varieties are the Pinto Gagahat, the Corn Planter Purple, Hyote, Six Nations, Tonawanda bean. We also have a Seneca squash, which is a kind of a zucchini, Seneca bender melon, which is a delicious cantaloupe. And we also have some Iroquois tobacco, which is really flourishing here at our home.
Dream of Wild Health is an intertribal organization. We've been a nonprofit for more than 20 years now. And so all of the teachings are still based in Dakota and Ojibwe culture because that's whose land that we stand upon today. This was the first year that I was able to grow one of my own ancestral bean seeds. And I'm so grateful for it. It was welcoming somebody home that you hadn't ever met before. And that feeling, it can't be replaced by anything. And knowing that feeling, I want to help create that feeling for other people because we do have seeds out there that need to come home. And it's just us having the curiosity to find them, but also the willing to learn what we need to be able to take care of them when they come home.
The Meskwaki tribe is a small community located in central Iowa. We are originally from the northeast coast, and our culture is based in the eastern woodland culture. Even though this year's had its challenges, I have to say that, this partnership has really been a joy to have. Just that sense of connection of the other indigenous farmers out there also growing out the seeds that they chose, and always having the support of Seed Savers. From the catalog that we were provided by Seed Savers, we picked out 4 beans and 1 watermelon variety. Being able to just be on site and have that person-to-person conversation with Becky and Jessica and Phil, it just really helps to inform what I'm doing here. What's great about this is that we have the opportunity to introduce more diversity, learn about them, cook with them. Some of these seeds, just depending on the season, will do better than others. So having that diversity is really important.
I'm incredibly grateful for the relationship between the Indigenous Seed Keepers Network and Seed Savers Exchange. It helped me reconnect with other parts of my culture. And that's what I think is so beautiful about the seed work. It's not just about growing seeds. You know, anybody can put a seed in the ground, but it's about cultivating the relationship and the whole history of that seed and why our ancestors did everything they could to protect them.
One of the reasons we wanted to form these partnerships is to learn from our partners and our friends with this project more about how they grow these varieties, how they welcome these varieties back into their own communities, and the cultural significance of what these varieties actually mean.
The idea of Indigenous food sovereignty, to us, it's a way to reconnect with our identity. It's a way to assert ourselves. It's a way to reclaim who we are. And it's a way to let everybody know that we're still here.
Native people, we all come from different nations that speak different languages, but we all have the same mission. You can't have food sovereignty without seed sovereignty, and that's why this work is so important.
With seeds, there is no language barrier. When you grow them out, tend to them, and complete the circle of keeping the new seeds, you are connected through that process to your grandmothers, going back thousands of years. That is their universal language.